Support LaneSide. Get something cool. All right, here we are down on the lanes with our speed dominant / rev challenge player, old guy Wayne Porter.
Yeah, he's bowling on a high friction house shot.
And don't blink, but we're reviewing the Crusher Hybrid again.
Yeah. It's a different color though.
Yes, it is. Okay.
But that's not the only difference.
Okay. Because, I mean, it wasn't that long ago that we, probably, 6 months, maybe?
Yeah.
That we saw the hybrid.
Yeah.
The original red one, and it was spectacular.
Yes, yeah. This one, they've decided to make some tweaks.
Okay.
So
is the core the same?
The core is exactly the same.
Okay.
They didn't touch that.
Because that thing's crazy and awesome.
Yeah. This is the one with the crazy bullseye on it. Looks like it's wearing a hat. Little feet. It's got dots, so the flip block's held at the bottom and all that cool stuff. But what they changed was HK22C with the Optimate hybrid cover stock. Optimized.
Okay. So I see a 9-pin.
9-pin.
How often do you see Wayne leave a 9-pin?
8 pins, maybe. Not a 9-pin.
So, the original one, this is kind of interesting. It came out, and I think we all assumed it was going to be HK22.
Yeah.
But if you go to their website and you look at it, it's Optimized Hybrid, which we saw an HK22 version of on the Emerge line.
Yes, yeah.
So it felt like, even though maybe it wasn't a step backwards, maybe it was just because of they needed it to be as controlled as it was?
I think that's what it is. They wanted it to control. They wanted it to make sure that it read the lanes early.
Yeah.
Got a very solid reaction out of it.
Yeah, something more readable. Because, I mean, this look at that strike.
Yeah.
This ball is very controlled.
Yeah.
I know it went directly into the bag.
Yeah.
We talk about straight to the bag stuff because it was something that you could put at the top of your bag when you needed something that was going to see the friction, make a motion, and get through the pins.
Yeah, exactly. And not overreact, or it keeps me away from over-under.
Yeah.
Right?
So, but now we have HK22C.
Yes.
Your favorite, HK22 Citrus.
Citrus, yeah. I don't care what anybody says. That's what it really means.
And they've added to this Optimized Hybrid, and they shined the cover up.
Yeah, they did a different surface prep. That's why I really think they liked the first one, but they wanted this one to get down the lane a little bit cleaner.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like 500, 1,000, 1,500, and then compound.
Okay.
So that's like a pearl finish.
That is.
So it's like almost like you got a solid finish on one of them and a pearl finish on the other.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Now, we've talked about HK22C before. The cohesion additive that's been added into this, we've seen it across things like the hammer effect.
Yes.
We saw it, I think, in the Vaporize from Brunswick. We've seen it come out, and it creates friction.
Yeah.
Look at this. Where are you playing? What is that? Dynamic core. I forgot.
Yeah.
Sorry, you already mentioned that.
Yeah.
Dynamic core.
Dynamic core.
So this is, I think people might have been confused with the other one because it was dull.
Yeah.
Maybe they didn't realize.
Well, that was the cool thing about it that I found, and I had to keep it on top of.
Yes.
Because I was using it quite a bit for a little while there, and there's the orange, and then there's red, and there's shiny red.
Yep.
The shiny red seemed to like lane shine, and at a
different
sparkle.
speed?
Yeah, it was a lot. If you look at it right now, I haven't touched the cover on it in a little while, and if you look at it right now, like half the ball looks like it's pearl, and the other half looks solid. So it's almost like that other ball that was multi-poured that we could never get consistent. Now I'm sure they didn't, and I mean it's probably just a color effect because I think they did go when they were pouring it with a more pearlish additive to that red to make it pop.
Okay.
So I don't think it really is at a different surface. I just think it
looks different.
Looks different. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, this one, I mean, I don't think you could tell if it lane shined because just with compound on it, it is so shiny.
Yeah.
Sorry, we didn't introduce the bonus on this one, but you can see that Wayne struck from all over, but he had to, for this ball here, he had to keep it in the oil because it really comes off the spot.
Well, exactly, yeah. And that's a lot of the surface prep.
You can see it here from the the low vantage point, the bonus is very slow. And it's smooth. That's what it's supposed to be.
It just rolls up nice
But put it against something like, even if it's because they're throwing them in the same area.
Yeah. You can still see a different motion.
You can see it has to stay inside, and it is a little, it's snappier off the spot.
Yeah, and it's like deeper into the pocket,
it didn't deflect.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you watch it come off here, you'll see the bonus go to the right, and the crusher will go farther to the left.
Once again, that's
weird.
That's just crazy, right?
But that's why we tell speed dominant players that they're, you can see.
Split to 8-9, perfect. Yeah.
We tell them that their benchmark ball should be asymmetric, something like the Effect Tour or even the Obsession Tour.
Yeah.
Something that's mildly asymmetric because it allows you to change where it hooks.
Yeah.
And you can get to the pins better. Here you are. Oh.
Oopsie.
Nick struck with a ball straight into the gate. That can't be good.
Yeah. So I was expecting something similar.
Okay.
And I mean that was great.
But these are two different
it's very, very different. Yeah, it's like I said, it's so much cleaner through the front.
Yep.
And it's a little bit more snappy at the back end.
Yeah.
So these just slight changes to the cover. It's just like putting rain tires on, taking the rain tires off and putting your regular tires on, and then driving in a thunderstorm.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're not going to get quite as much traction because it's not pushing away the stuff.
But it's not like putting slicks on and going, running in the rain.
Yeah. Like you see just how smooth. It still is smooth and controllable. It's just a little bit further down.
Yep. Now you have, as we said, you put the red and orange one straight into your bag because of how controllable it is.
Yeah.
Do you see this one going in your bag?
Yeah. I to be honest, it's going to be weird to say, but it's probably going to go on the other side.
Okay.
So like the one crusher is kind of like my top end solid kind of early rolling thing.
Yep.
Where this is going to be my angular because it does more than what a Pearl would, I think.
So what we could, in theory, do, I mean, not that you need, you can look at that. It actually, you found a spot where...
Yeah, it didn't quite come back.
We could, in theory, actually put less surface on this. So go to like 2,000 or 3,000.
Yeah.
And increase its response to friction. So make it more angular.
Yeah.
And, really have it in the super angular spot in your bag.
I think I would do the knock the compound off with the 3,000 pad.
Yeah.
And just, surface prep, so 500,
500,000,
1,500,000, So you still get a little bit of that thing, but you're taking just a little bit of that compound off to get it to roll sooner.
Boy, look at that.
Oh, wow. That one never stopped.
That one,
Never stopped.
Holy.
See, and that's, I mean, that would just be bringing it back to me a little bit.
Yep.
And I think that would fix some of that problem,
and it would technically allow you to play it more aggressively.
Yeah.
Because we can increase its response time.
Yeah.
You could get even. This could be your top angular ball.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to. Yeah, top angular one. Yeah.
So you have the one crusher as your top control.
Yeah.
And the other as your top angular.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. And you know exactly how they're going to react.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I mean, that's the other thing is too, you can play them off each other so much, right? Oh, wow.
How did that not hook down lane?
God.
How did you keep it from not hooking? That was stupid.
This ball's so good, though. And that's what I mean. If I get on a shot that's got a little bit more units or the back end's washed out or something like that, I'm playing the crusher, the first hybrid, and then moving to this one when the lanes kind of break down at the front because now I'm just feeding off that.
Yeah, you've created a friction point. Now you can just throw to it.
Throw to it. So these are it.
Look at this. You moved again, and it's farther out.
Oh my God! Just slap that 10 out.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
I like the reaction I'm seeing, especially when you go back and look at how round and how smooth the first one is.
Yeah.
And this one looks the same through the front and then just pops off.
Yeah, it's an angular version of the other one, and like you said, it's. I just
watch come off the spot here. Whee!
Whoa!
Oh!
Yeah. Kick that back.
I think that like took out the 8 pin.
I don't even know what pin that was. That's the problem.
So here we are with the bonus. As we say, we always choose a ball similar to this because every company has one with similar dynamics.
Yeah.
They're just going to have more or less hook.
Yeah.
Depending on the company you're in.
Yeah.
Here we are. We're going to put that bonus versus. Do we want to call this the Crusher 2? The Crushinator?
Crushinator.
Electric Crushinating?
The Crusher D.
It goes down farther. Yeah. It outhooks it.
Yeah.
There's not much more you can say.
Yeah.
Now, before we get to mine, I want to remind people that we went with a fairly aggressive layout for these for you guys. We wanted to see how they were going to play because we wanted to compare it to the original.
Yeah. Just watch it. Just see, it waited so much longer.
It does. Now, if I had been smart, I too would have drilled the ball so that it wasn't as strong. You can see here.
This is going to be a really good example of where it's coming off the deck, and you can see the distance change.
Because you can see it's inside it. It's going to be inside here. I think probably about 5 boards.
Yeah.
Let's see here. About 5 boards, but then it gets outside and then it goes down an extra foot.
And it just almost all
down lane.
9-pin down lane.
Yeah.
Like, it just kept going.
We're going to see it again here in slow motion. Now, we drilled yours pin up. We wanted to match it up with the other one that you had.
Yeah.
I remember the other one. I remember how much it hooked.
Yeah.
So I thought to myself, you know what? I gotta do something. I gotta make sure I can get this ball down lane because I was expecting
the early roll
and smooth.
Yeah. Whoops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was thinking I'm gonna try to push my flare down lane. I'm gonna try to push where it flares down lane. But
this ball already does that.
I went with a faster response to friction because I thought, well, if it's smooth and this is shiny, I want it to pop off down lane. You saw from the first shot there.
Yep.
She popping off. All right. So I'm going to make a move right off the bat. I started in at 40. At 40.
Hey, there, eh?
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, Canadian slipping out.
I'm going to go out on the roof and have some Tim Hortons, eh? I just made a complete zone change. 5 and 2 left.
You would have to, yeah. And that's still probably not enough. Oh, that was a little.
That was forward rolling it though.
Yeah.
That was
okay. Well, yeah.
That was me just trying to get it down lane.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that was like one board too. Like,
yeah.
It came up black a long way and was kind of flat behind, but it got there. That's the scary thing.
So at this point, I'm like, okay, wait a second. This thing's a way more angular than the other one. Let's have some fun here. So I'm gonna make another move here. I'm gonna move another 5 and 2.
Okay. And you're going to try to keep it in the oil?
I'm going to try to keep it in the oil. Well, I want to try to keep it to a better break point because that one I got way too far out.
Yeah, it was just too far for it to...
For forward rolling. I'm going to try to make this one. So there we go. Got around it.
I would say that you got it in further. But damn. That's another ball feet, and all it did was clear out the 10-pin this time.
But I moved 5 boards.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So... Now I know my range, though.
Yeah.
If I flat rolled it and I 7-pinned or 10, almost 7-pinned, and then I moved 5 boards and got around it a little bit more and I 7-pin it, well, I know where I can go then.
Yeah.
I can split that difference pretty easy. One more move off of this. I don't know if I could throw this in league.
No, probably not.
I have a lot of side rotation. Which is something as a two-hander, most two-handers have to work on.
Yeah.
Because if you muscle the shot, your hand comes around it, and you start you get around it. You pull, you get your hand on the side of the ball rather than behind it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to come back a little bit here. We're going to try to get it in between here. I'm sorry it takes so long, but when you got to count that high, I have to take off my shoes and my socks, and so there you go. See?
Yeah. wasn't quite out as far.
I moved 2 boards back and 2 boards back.
Yeah, exactly.
You could see the difference.
Yeah. And you also had to ask a couple lane attendants to come over to use their toes too. So.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Once I took my my shoes and my socks off.
Yeah.
That meant I could only get to 6. So then I needed to use an extra couple of hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. I only used 2 fingers, which means I only got to 7 on my hands. All right, think about it. Look down at your hands. 5 on one side, 2 on the other. It's okay. It's okay. No, this ball, I was very surprised. You can see same thing.
That was way out that time. Oh,
but I got around it more.
Yeah.
I know I've got room from that spot. So this one ended up being, for me, about 12 boards.
Oh, big time, yeah.
Different. Yeah. Here I am throwing it left-handed. But it was also the reaction down lane. It's so much longer. I was not prepared how long this ball is. Yeah. And it still pops off.
I mean, see how hard it hits? Those pins are just flying, right?
And if you go watch our reviews, you know that I don't get a lot of messengers.
No.
Because of my high rev rate, low ball speed, the ball tends to burn up a lot more.
Yeah.
You can see here.
Oh, that was with the Rattler.
That's pretty good. That looked really good with the Rattler. Now we're going to come in with both balls here and see what it looks like. Come on. Ooh.
Oh, that was just a bonus shot.
That was a bonus shot with it, yeah.
There we go.
It was a bonus. It was a bonus crusher, a bonus shot?
Bonus. I think it was the Rattler shot.
It might have been.
Yeah.
Here we are with the Rattler. And let's put it right up against the crusher here. We're going to see exactly what we're looking at.
You can see the difference here.
Look at the difference
outside,
down lane. The motion. Now, I didn't take the longest strike.
No. You wanted something realistic.
Something realistic. Yeah. Because people always say, two-handers are going to hook the lane anyway. Yeah. So we might as well make sure that it's,
And here's the low level.
And you can see how smooth the Rattler is there. Very easy. But this crusher, I'm actually really happy. When I first saw 2 crushers coming at the same time, I was like, I was a little concerned. I see why they did it now, though.
Yeah.
The only question is going to be, though, is are they going to need a crusher pearl?
No.
I don't know if they do.
No, I don't think they do. I think they can, these 2 hybrids just...
They complement each other like a hybrid and a pearl.
As a company, they're probably going to try just because people would buy it, but I don't think there's a niche for it. I think they can just do this and maybe move on to something.
The next evolution of it.
Yeah, right?
I mean...
Like a Crusher R or something.
In theory, you could take this up to 3,000 or 4,000, slap compound, or polish back on it.
And just make it a pearl ball.
And make it react like a pearl, because it already is.
Yeah, exactly.
So what do you think of the Crushinator 2?
Awesome.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a show. So until next time, guys, we'll see you laneside.